each other. And later on, I'm going to speak a little bit about that family component. For those that worked with Jeremy and knew him and his other family, the Clark County Sheriff's Office, I am heartbroken for the impact that this has had on you individually and on a bigger scale on every Clark County Sheriff's Office employee that was graced with Jeremy's quick smile and his kind heart. Having been in your shoes earlier in my career, I know what it's like, and it's something that you'll always remember. And as you should, you will honor Jeremy as you do your job of protecting and serving in the noble profession of law enforcement. I can't help but flash back to the last time I sat and talked with Jeremy. It was in my office, right through those doors, and he came to me wanting to talk about what his career looked like and where he was headed. I knew he was on the promotion list, the sergeant's promotion list coming up. And we started talking about that, and I started talking to him about the importance of what the first line supervisor's role is in the sheriff's office. And in my opinion, in all law enforcement, it's one of the most critical positions in any agency. And when I said those things to him and we talked a little bit about it, he just beamed. I could see the excitement in his eyes. And that excitement, though, was even overshadowed and even brighter when we started talking about his family, because I always sat with the employees that I promote and those that we newly hire, and we talk about what's truly important in this job. And I try to express to people this is a job, one that we love dearly, one that we serve honorably in, and one that it's a calling for us. And he understood that. And I made a very clear point to him to make sure that he prioritized the job and where he was headed in the right place. And clearly, in the conversations we had that followed that, he talked about how much he loved his family, a man of faith, and the friendships that he had in the community. And those things are by far the top three things that everybody needs to know, regardless of what line of work they're in. The job is just a job, but when you do this job and you love it at 110% and you prioritize it as number 4, you can imagine what those other areas of your life are like. And that was quite exciting for Jeremy. And so I'll always have that memory of that, and it's a good memory. I would be remiss if I didn't thank all the law enforcement agencies in Clark County and adjoining counties that came to our call of need and filled the gap, providing coverage for our community for a 36-hour period. These agencies responded without question or hesitation so that the Clark County Sheriff's Office could do what we needed for the Brown family, and even more so for the Sheriff's Office family that were grieving at that time. And it was quite shocking to see the looks on many of the deputies' faces, as you all could imagine. I don't want to ever forget the support that we have from our community as well. Those people have reached out in untold numbers and expressed their sorrow for us. As you know, in law enforcement, especially in today's world, we hear a lot of the negative. But I want the community to know that your voice speaks louder than what it is that we hear on the negative side. We know that you support us, we know that you care for us, and we know that you expect us to be out there every day. And this is a profession where even today, our deputies out there are handling calls for service and running towards the danger, because that's what we do. But for that community piece, I want to say I completely appreciate you, and it's something that we continue to work on, and you'll continue to grieve with us, I'm sure. I also need to mention Behind the Badge Foundation, the line of duty death response team that is currently sitting across the street in the Public Service Center planning the memorial service. This is a huge endeavor. The last time I had to take part in one of these, I was one of the worker bees, and I know the efforts and the work that goes into it, but I also know from a management standpoint the enormity of the planning, the fear of not getting it right, not making it happen the way the family wants it. And that's the important piece. That memorial is family driven. It will be exactly what Jill and the family want, not what we normally do, not even the pomp and circumstance that we have if the family doesn't want that. This is completely directed towards the family. And the crew of people, and we have 50 of them sitting across the street now, and that number will grow, are going to work tirelessly for the next up to 10 days planning this memorial service. And you've all seen them before, and you've seen the amount of cars and the people involved, and I'm sure you have some idea, but maybe not completely on what that really entails. And it's a huge endeavor, and it's one that I take seriously as the sheriff to make sure that it honors the Brown family and Detective Brown. I told you earlier that he was on the promotion list, going to be promoted very quickly. So just know that in the law enforcement community and this family, from this day forward, he will be honorary Sergeant Jeremy Brown. That's just that touches a heartstring for me, because I know how much he wanted that. So in closing, many people in the community already have brought us gifts and flowers and donations to the family, and we are very, very happy for that, because in this time there's a lot of unexpected expenses. I want you to know that those donations will go directly to the family to offset all their unexpected expenses and the memorial service that's yet to come. Those donations can be addressed to the Clark County Sheriff's Office, Brown Family Memorial Fund, and can be deposited at any IQ credit union. And I just want to say, true to our human nature, there's already people out there that have set up GoFundMe accounts that aren't for Jeremy or his family. So know that if you want to donate, be careful where you're giving it to. And those that choose to try to cheat the system and earn money on the backs of this kind of event, we're keeping our eye on you, and we'll take care of you when we come to you. So on behalf of all of the Clark County Sheriff's Office employees, thank you for taking the time to come here and share in honoring Detective Jeremy Brown. Thank you.